My name's Brent Riley. My position's I'm an employment and engagement worker, and I also do digital inclusion work as well. I think it sort of went organically really, so working with people, you might say to somebody, I help people to get jobs, so we're chatting about a job, and I remember once I was speaking to a lady, she was a refugee, she'd had a really tough life. She had to flee Eritrea, war-torn country, come over here, faced racism in nass accommodation in a few cities that she was in. She eventually got to Leeds, she taught herself English, and she was constantly doing courses to improve her ESOL and to I think she did health and social care as well. And then one day I was sat with her and we're looking at a job application, and she was really proactive, she'd done some things herself, and I just said to her, "Where's your laptop?" I'd been working with her a few months. She said, "I don't have a laptop, I do everything on my phone." And I went, it just blew me away, because, joking aside, I'm not the best at sort of tech, but that in my sort of job I can do what I need to do, but I struggle to tech because my fingers are too big. And I'm thinking, how on earth do you write a full job application and study it on your phone? Wow. So that sort of hit me really. I just thought, blimey, we need to try and sort of do something about this. So that's what sort of got me into it. And then we made links with 100% digital Leeds that do a lot. They're sponsored by Leeds City Council, and they've opened a lot of doors for us. They've really helped and supported us, and they've helped us to find links. So that's what drew us into it. I suppose empathy really. You just look at people, you just think, blimey. So we try and identify what people are lacking, we give them what they're lacking if we can, and then we also try to signpost them up for some courses somewhere, either via colleges or some third sector organisations, so we can get people nearer to the workplace, obviously to further their education, and also just to keep in contact with people. It's important because the way the world's going, if you're not digitally inclusive, if you're not aware, you're just missing out, aren't you? So for example, we work with a lot of people that face financial hardship. Now if you've got an app to get on the bus, your bus fares are cheaper. So that's one example. We can work with refugees and they may struggle to keep in touch with family at home, so we get somebody a laptop and they can have as I say, I'm not the most digitally inclusive aware myself, so it might be a Skype phone call or whatever, but they can talk to people and they can see them back home. So that's absolutely huge. We might be working with people that are in domestic abuse situations, so they may need the technology because they just might need it for an emergency, something like that. Well, if I work on the Engage Leeds programme, so I work with people 18 up to any age. So somebody might be going to college and they can't always access a laptop, so they have to go to public libraries. So it just makes it easier if we can get those people, whatever age they are, a laptop. I support some elderly people as well who we've helped with laptops for job searches, for courses, for studying their ESOL, for English functional skills, so they can go on BBC Bitesize or other programmes and learn. So it helps a wide variety of people. There's a lady that I was working with, and I just happened to see her by chance, and we'd done an ADHD referral for her, and she wanted to tell me that that had gone successful and she's now awaiting a medication. Both of her children have got complex needs, medical needs. I think they're both under 8, and it's quite challenging, really challenging for her. So I mentioned about the equipment that we've got, and she said we decided to get her an Alexa because she's got her own ADHD. She does sterling work with them children. She never wants to be seen as a nuisance, so she never asks for anything. She's just a diamond. She volunteers. She goes out and volunteers and does things, but she struggles with her ADHD for her own appointments and for appointments for her children. So the Alexa can remind her of that. The children also know how to use the Alexa. And she didn't have a laptop at all. I wasn't sort of aware of that. But I think when I was working with her, we didn't initially have this. So we give her a laptop as well, which will help for the children's homework. So she was absolutely over the moon with that. So every time we give things out, it's always for a practical sort of a reason. So there's a gentleman we're working with, and he had a really high professional job. He was a social worker, and he's had a stroke. He's recovering from that, and he's also got an Alexa to remind him for appointments, to remind him of various things. And he also says, which is interesting, he says he doesn't feel like he's on his own when he's in the house when he's got Alexa. When family are out, he says, because I can talk to Alexa, and Alexa talks back to me, which is great. He's also been supported with a laptop because he is job searching, and it's hard for him to get out. So we need the funding and support because equipment will run out. For certain, it'll run out. We work with, I think, 2,000 people a week supporting in one guise or another, and we get new referrals all the time across all the services, so we're always coming across people. I've worked with refugees. We've got an example of a refugee lady that I supported into work, and she got a laptop as well, and she's got a really good job. Things are moving on. She then asked a friend to give us a ring, and we supported a friend, so she wasn't even referred in, and the friend has got a laptop. We give her that, and she's now got a job, and we've helped her to get that job with a direct link through the NHS, so that's brilliant. I've had other refugees that I work with. I once said to a lady, how's your laptop working? She said, I'm really sorry, but I've lent it to my friend. My friend's in the same situation as me, but I've got a job she hasn't, so I'll lend her it. Is that all right? And I went, of course it's all right. You've got now quite a lot of laptops and phones, but if you speak to me in February and March, we probably won't have then. So we got 35 get boxes allocated to us via Jangala, which is a charity that do absolutely sterling work, and we've got people asking us for get boxes now, and we just don't have them. So a lot of us take for granted the fact that in our homes or when we're going about, we can just get on the internet, and people wanted them Wi-Fi boxes, and those that we've given out we've let people keep. Well, businesses could make us donations if they would of any technology, so it might be that they're renewing, say, the phones, they're renewing the laptop, they're having an upgrade, and if they wanted to give it out where it'll go to good use, they could give it to us, and we'd be happy to sit and do what I'm doing now, have a chat with them, give back, and we'd acknowledge that, we'd acknowledge the fact that they're making some great social impact work. So that's how they could help us, massively help us. I suppose it's just about stressing need that we will need more equipment. Without a doubt we need more equipment. So if anyone's out there in a position, be that one phone or be that 30 laptops you could donate, we can absolutely assure you that will go to really good use. So please.